Kumiringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines today, Uganda Virus Research Institute to open test laboratories in light of the plague invasion in the Democratic Republic of Congo. West Nile Rural Electrification Company cautions the general public on power theft. And Moyo District holds the Inter-Sub-County Music, Dance and Drama Competitions 2023. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. Very warm welcome to you, viewer, to the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the day. Uganda Health Ministry through the Uganda Virus Research Institute has shared its readiness to ship and test samples of the notifiable cases of the plague invasion in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. This was revealed during a cross-border engagement organized by the Uganda Virus Research Institute in partnership with the Center for Disease Control, aimed at strengthening cross-border surveillance and response to the plague. Frederick Dramadri reports.
Uganda's Health Ministry through Uganda Virus Research Institute UVRI has said its readiness to ship samples from the notifiable cases of plague invasion in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In a 3-day cross-border engagement organized by Uganda Virus Research Institute in partnership with Center for Disease Control, aimed at strengthening cross-border surveillance and response to plague, Tom Lutalo, an assistant director at UVRI, confirms that Uganda's laboratories have large capacities to serve the East African member states, since they have been used as reference labs by several countries to do their confirmatory tests.
And that's why when these discussions that have been happening, you've heard of CDC presentation when they have surveillance zones. Surveillance zones are going to be promoted in such a way that there are zones in the DRC, there are zones in Uganda, and there's going to be systems used to ship samples to the laboratory. Okay? Yeah. But now it has to be open to even our DRC region.
Although Uganda last recorded a plague case in March 2019, the country is now focusing on ensuring that her neighbors in a risky situation are bailed out of the epidemics. Adiroli Ntatiku, the programs manager at Uganda Virus Research Institute Arua branch, noted that the regional laboratory has enough capacity to run samples from both neighboring countries and those within Uganda.
The plague laboratory actually has the capacity to test samples that can even come from other neighboring countries, because it has been upgraded, and one of the reasons that it was upgraded is the fact that it is strategically located to serve both the DRC and then Southern Sudan. We can even handle more than the 100 cases, because UVRI is big. And we have enough laboratory capacity to handle any amount of cases that can come, especially relating to plague.
Records from the Democratic Republic of Congo's Ituri province health authorities indicate that the region has recorded 73 cases of the disease within the 7 months of this year in the territories of Reti, Logo, Aru and Kampala, of which 14 died of the plague. Marked as a disease of public health concern, Dr. Cleophas Ntumpa, the district health officer, Bringi Health South District under Aru territory in Ituri province, noted that at least over 2,000 cases of plague have been registered in the district since 2021, and calls on the collaboration and sharing of ideas with Uganda that he believes will be able to eradicate the country from the plague infection.
Since 2021, in Biringi Health Zone or Health District, we got 321 cases, among which 6 people died. Due to that, we have to strengthen our knowledge in order to respond about this plague.
Whereas Dr. John Opolot, the commissioner in charge of veterinary and public health and zoonosis at Uganda's health ministry, asked both governments of Uganda and DRC to prioritize funding towards elimination of zoonotic diseases.
It is a common practice, so we need to change. People who have the resources, people who have the political will, people who have everything, should really change that attitude to make sure that even if the disease is not there, at least the amount that can be spent on surveillance alone is not as when it occurs, whereby when the disease breaks out, you need to do active surveillance, you put resources. You need to do response, you put resources. You need to do all the other things that are needed, the IPC.
On the other hand, Pascal Oluma, the Health Analyst Division at Ituri Province in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, says Democratic Republic of Congo has several gaps in the health strengthening systems, including capacity of the health workers, quality of the labs, among others, something that will force the country to rely so much on Uganda's support in strengthening the health system. The UVRI regional lab in Yarua currently runs over 100 samples in Yarua, and this has also been used as a reference laboratory to test and confirm cases of anthrax from South Sudan. But it still remains unclear if this offer by Uganda Virus Research Institute will start soon due to the differences in diplomacies between the countries. Frederick Tamadri, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. West Nile Electrification Company Limited is warning the public to deviate from practices of stealing power as the power company's losses to theft stand at 19%. The company has also issued a harsh punishment to those caught being involved in the practice. Farish Majid reports.
Electrification Company Limited, the body mandated to distribute and supply electricity services to the entire West Nile sub-region, is appealing to the public to desist from power theft, a practice becoming common and affecting the operations of the company. The company currently is counting 19% losses in terms of power theft from the masses who are illegally connected to power by unscrupulous people who at times disguise as staff of the company in order to take advantage of the masses. Judith Wangoik, the Public Relations and Communications Officer of the company, explains the effects of power theft on the company's normal operations as she called for vigilance from the public by reporting the cases of power theft to the relevant authorities.
Legal connection and electricity theft actually impacts a lot on us as a company. One, I want to make this clear that as we continue having high cases of electricity theft and illegal connections on the network, the quality of the power that our consumers receives drops. What do I mean by this? Someone is going to illegally connect you onto a transformer that is supposed to accommodate only 200 consumers, and now the numbers of people who are illegally connected on that transformer is also 200. It means obviously that the people in that area are going to suffer from voltage drops. Then also it has an implication, the commercial implication. It impacts on our revenue. These people are illegally connected. Some of them are on direct supply. They are not paying for power. That means it will impact on us as a company. So as these people are in our community stealing power, you need to be alert. Be your brother's keeper. Report these cases to us so that you can, as a consumer, have a power that you can enjoy.
Enoch Mutinga, the network manager, warned the public to desist from the practice in order not to catch up with the law, since new means are being devised to curb the vice.
Power theft affects us all. Electricity is a shared good, is a shared service for the community. So if part of the community resorts to stealing, it means it affects the electricity supply for everyone else. So what is Wenreco doing? One, we have increased our surveillance our audits of the installations in the communities. We have teams going out there checking meters and ensuring that the installations are being done right. So, however, we want to inform people that the findings from the audits are very punitive because the law allows the distributor a very wide power to charge penalties on people who are doing this vandalism or who are illegally connecting to our network.
As of 2022, electricity theft in Western Uganda stands at 72%, followed by the Eastern and the Northern Uganda. And in overall, the energy sector lost over shillings 26 billion in stolen copper wires, vandalized transformers, and other expenses. Meanwhile, electricity affordability still remains a key concern for many Ugandans. Farish Majid, West Nile TV Nalcast.
And more in our stories. Moyo District held the Inter-Sub-County Music, Dance and Drama Competitions 2023 with primary schools that took place at the Moyo Technical Institute Hall under the 4 different themes, namely Mass Action Against Malaria, Birthright, Oral Health and WASH. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The music, dance and drama competition that has reached to the sub-county level took place at Moyo Technical Institute Hall under 4 different teams, namely the Mass Action Against Malaria, Birthrights, Oral Health and WASH, where each participating sub-county were required to compose songs and drama in line with the teams. The competition brought in 4 sub-counties out of 10 sub-counties in the district, namely Meto Sub-County, Aluru Sub-County, Moyo Sub-County and Moyo Town Council, something which didn't go well with the organizers. Mrs. Oakan Gladys, the head teacher of Kolokolo Primary School, who also doubles as the chairperson Music, Dance and Drama Primary Schools in Moyo District, attributed the low turn-up of the sub-counties for the competition to financial challenges.
Some sub-counties did it, but others didn't do it. And all this happened because of financial constraints in schools. You know, we have 2 major activities to carry this time. There's ball game and there is also music, dance and drama which are supposed to take place. So I think most of the fundings went to ball game. That is why the music has somehow been left behind.
Mr. Adrawa Godfrey Free, the chairperson Primary Head Teachers Association in Moyo District, said that Moyo District will send participants for the regional music, dance and drama due to take place in Zombo District.
Music is part of the curriculum. Even ball game is part of the curriculum. That's why it is on the timetable. So I urge head teachers to pay that money. It is 104 for teams. Yes. Head teachers must pay that money so that we are able to. If we cannot now take them, the problem will be on the cow now in this school. Because transport and other facilitations are supposed to come from this. Ours is the city of the choristers and some allowances of these people who are expecting them. So, for us, let's be ready, let's have our money ready. If we cannot go because they are not giving us transport, then that's the problem with the district. But we are going to follow it up from today. From tomorrow, I told the chairperson.
Mr. Edema Wilson, the district sports officer who represented the district education officer in the event, appealed to the authorities to increase capitation grant in schools so that it can solve the challenge of lack of finance in funding co-curricular activities.
My humble appeal is the capitation grant should be raised up from the usual 20% to 30%. And then our schools, with our parents, we can discuss with our PTA members to make sure our schools are supported at school level by raising at least 500 shillings so that we are supported fully there. If that 30% is realized, we shall not get some of these problems. School, this is like a marathon. It doesn't have some of these challenges we're facing today. Because for them, with their council members, they have resolved let that the 30% be for co-curricular activities.
In the competition, RP Demonstration Primary School that represented Metu Sub-County were the overall winners, who were followed by Father Bilbao Memorial Primary School, who represented Moyo Sub-County. The third position was taken by Moyo Town Council Primary School, who represented Moyo Town Council, and the fourth place was occupied by Lama Primary School, who represented Aluru Sub-County.
In the fourth position, we have Moyo Town Council Primary School that scored 592 in the third position. I have Father Bilbao Primary School that scored a total of 593 in the second. We have LD Demonstration School that scored 669 in a position number 1. So, by power and authority given to me, I declare LD Demonstration in County the winner of Music 2022.
The district is expected to send a district music, dance and drama team this Friday, 18th August this year for the regional music, dance and drama competition in Zombo district before 7 districts will be selected to represent the region for nationals. I'm Dominic Anthony Okumu reporting from Moyo.
And more in our stories, Uganda has taken a significant stride in improving healthcare accessibility with the introduction of interventional radiology at Mulago National Referral Hospital. Dr. Eva Nabawanuka, the lead radiologist, emphasized that this innovative approach will address the long-standing issue of Ugandans seeking treatment abroad due to lack of options locally. The utilization of the interventional radiology not only demonstrates Uganda's commitment to enhancing healthcare, but also underscores the potential for medical intervention to make a profound impact on people's lives.
Viewers, thanks for always watching our Nilecast, and you are most welcome for the segment of sports. My name is Oracle Benson Pastore. In one of the stories we have got for you today, Arua City Enters Division ball games that started yesterday has come to climax today. 6 divisions from the different parts of the city have been participating in the tournament. We have got Aroi being combined together with the Manibe forming 1 division. Pajulu is a division of its own. We have got Ayivun being combined together with Adomi to form 1 division. Meanwhile, Aroi Sendu division has been divided into 2 zones, the southern and northern zone. And the other division is, of course, Oluko being combined together with Dadam. And as I said, the tournament which started yesterday climaxed today with the Pajulu dominating the boys finals in football. Meanwhile, the Arua Central Division dominating the netball finals. Taking a look at how the finals went in the boys football finals, under 12 DDC Pajulu Division tussling it out with Southern Division in under 12. The full time ended in a 1-all tie, and we saw Pajulu beating Southern by 5-4 in the penal shootout. The other boys final DDC, Pajulu again tussled it out with Northern Zone in under 14 boys football, and it ended in a barren draw, and of course the team Pajulu beating Northern Zone by 5-4. Taking a look at how things transpired in the finals of the netball in the age categories, under 12 netball final, DDC Pajulu tussled it out with Southern Zone in Central Division, and it ended by 15-11. It was Southern Division, Southern Zone rather, in Central Division winning it. Meanwhile, in the other semi-final, in the other final rather of the netball under 14, it was a final between Northern Zone and Southern Zone. In the process, it was Northern Zone in Central Division that of course went on to beat Darcy Southern Zone by 45-18. Leaving that story there, this time we are turning our focus to what is happening in the other parts of the world, and this time we need to handle what is happening in the ongoing Women's FIFA World Cup. The games have already reached to the finals, and the finals will be played on Sunday, 20th of this month. Taking a look at the teams that will be playing in the finals, Spain, for the first of its kind, they have proceeded to the finals, and they are also going to meet England. And England is the first of its kind. We are seeing them proceeding to the finals of the Women's World Cup. Looking at how they transpired in the semi-finals, yesterday Spain went on to beat Sweden by 2-1, and today we saw one semi-final match being played between England and the co-host Australia. England ran riot over Australia, beating them by 3-1. The third playoffs final between Sweden and Australia shall take place on Saturday, the 19th of this month. That's August, and the year is 2023. Away from that story, this time we also need to turn our focus to what is going to happen tonight. Actually, it's the precursor game which always acts as a precursor ahead of the new season of the UEFA Champions League. It will be a game between Manchester City of England taking on Sevilla of Spain. Sevilla last season did beat AS Roma of Mourinho in the final of the UEFA Europa League. It ended by 1-0. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, they went on to beat Italian side Inter Milan also by 1-0. Rodri's solo goal was the difference in the game. Always for this game to take place, it's always the team that wins the UEFA Europa League playing the team that wins the UEFA Champions League, which means Manchester City up against Sevilla. The game is tonight, and the kickoff time is 10 p.m. Leaving that story, finalizing it with what is happening in the world of transfers, and Junior Neymar, the Brazilian, has completed his move to Saudi Pro League to join a club in the names of Al Hilal. This player started his career with Santos, a club that plays in Brazil, Brasileiro, in 2009 rather, and that was the year when he signed professional contract with Santos. He joined Barcelona in 2013, and he has been one of the most successful Brazilian players, I should say, because before he joined Barcelona, he won the biggest trophy in South America called Copa Libertadores for the team that's called Santos. Meanwhile, just 2 years at Barcelona, he also went on to win the UEFA Champions League. I remember beating Barcelona in the finals of the UEFA Champions League in 2015. And in 2019, he also won the Copa America with the team of Brazil. In 2017, he completed that record move from Barcelona to PSG, and it was at a fee of £200 million. And with Paris Saint-Germain, he has won a lot of French League One titles, which he has only failed to win is UEFA Champions League. They came close in 2020, and they lost the final into the hands of the German-based club, that's Bayern Munich. As I talk right now, the guy is already in Saudi Arabia, completing a move to Das Al Hilal. Taking a look at the biggest clubs we have in the league of Saudi Pro League, Al Hilal, name has joined is one of them. You talk about Al Ittihad, you also talk about the newly promoted side, Al Ahly, not forgetting about Al Ittihad. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Sports News. I am called Oracle Benson Pastore. Stay locked to West Nile TV.
Thank you, Benson Pastore, for that sports news and the sports highlight. And with that, you are welcome to the end of the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Have a good day.